Howdy, it's Shrek, and today I'm doing something a little bit different than what I usually do, because today I'm doing something that's been requested by my friend, and because I figured why not, I'll do it. So yeah, we're doing a how to build of this guy, my self-mock Drac, and as you can tell, he's clearly had quite a big change over quite a big difference, a big change in between the last video I had revealing him and now. So I'll probably get a review out later for an update out later for this guy, but right now I need to get a how to build done. So here we are. Anyways, let's get started with the legs. Alright, this is everything you'll need for the leg. If you want to, you can go ahead and pause to see what parts you'll be needing. Yeah. So let's start with the upper leg. So you take a upper CCBS limb piece with a friction adder, this Technic piece connected by a pin, 2 long pin, and then a pin stud connector, and you put that together like that. And then you take this CCBS armor piece and you put it on like so. And then you take this little stud right here, this black stud, and put it on the stud connector. And then you take this stud angle piece and you put this black tile on the bottom. And this brown piece on the top like that, so it looks something like that from the back. And then you just attach it like so. It sort of fills in the it just sort of fills in the legs. So yeah, there's his upper leg. Yeah, his upper leg. His foot is just a standard CCBS beast foot with the skull spider legs as toes. And then you take the longest CCBS limb piece right here, and you take these two CCBS lift arm ball joint pieces with pins and here, and you put them like that and like that. So it looks something like this. And then you take this armor piece here, put it there, take this CCBS armor piece, oh yeah, this is painted, so it's custom painted, and then you take this CCBS armor piece and this CCBS armor piece, and put this piece on that piece like so, and then you connect the two together. And there's the lower leg there's the lower leg. So you have all 3 parts you need for the leg. Then you just sort of put it all together, and then boom, Drago's legs, like so. Oop. Just like that. There's Drago's legs. Alright, now let's move on to his arms. Alright, these are all the pieces you're going to need for the arms. So, go ahead if you want, go ahead and pause, look at the parts that you see, and then grab them as you see, and you grab them as you see them. Here, I'll give you a closer look at the hand before we get started too. It's just a simple pneumatic T-piece with exo force arms with claws, with the like teeth claw piece thing on each. Then you got this piece here and this piece here, which are very important for him to hold the weapons. Alright, let's get started. So first of all, you take the standard upper limb CCBS piece, and then you take the shortest CCBS bone in existence. The shortest CCBS bone not in existence, the shortest standard CCBS bone. And then you take this blue CCBS armor plate, you put it like that, just like that, and then you take this one, this black CCBS extra armor piece, and you just attach it right on top. So the upper arm looks something like that. And then the arms, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this piece, which is the CCBS bone with 2 pinholes, and it has a 2 long pin on one side. You're gonna take this navy blue CCBS armor piece, which you can get in the Kopaka and Melon, in the 2016 Kopaka and Melon set. You get 2, which is why I have 2. And then you get this out of it. This is the effect you get. So that, and then go ahead and put this piece using this middle pinhole right there, and this pin, so it lines up like that. This shows it pretty well on camera. All right, that's nice. All right, then you take these Nexonite shield pieces. I have them in black because they fit better, they look better, and then you just take them and you put them right in that little gap right in there. So it looks something like that. And this really fills in the arms. This really fills in the lower arms of the MOC. Sort of giving it a more. It just makes it look better, if I'm being honest. The Greebles usually do. Alright then, we're gonna set this down, and then you take this Hero Factory 2.0 shield piece in silver, which I got from the bulk breakout set. I had 2 bulk breakout sets, so I got 2 of them and I painted them with blue parts, so it had the blue detailing that I would need for it. And then you take a lightsaber rod in black and a half bushing, and you put it into this hole right there. So it looks something like that. And then you take this CCBS bone, put it, and then you put it into this. You put the lightsaber rod into this hole like so. So the final product, it looks something like that. And then you take these 2 pins and these 2 pinholes, and then the lightsaber rod will go into that pinhole in the bone. It ends up looking something like this. And then what you do is you just attach the upper arm. And if you notice, those pieces aren't loose in there. You can tell I'm shaking it. No noise. And then you attach the hand. And there you have his arms. So, good job. You've successfully, if you're actually building along with me, you've successfully made Drago's arms. If you're not, then you are just watching this for entertainment purposes, and I don't really care about that. Alright, so now we're gonna go over the body and the head. Alright, so we're gonna cover the lower body first. Move the hand. There we go. Alright, so these are all the pieces you'll need. Go ahead and get these parts together as you see them. I'll highlight some of these for you. Also, for non-purist for purists, I did a thing that'll probably make you angry. So if you don't want to do this, then you're just gonna have to use a regular 3-long axle. It's just gonna make Drago's connection between his lower body and his upper body a bit weaker. So what I did here was I cut a 4-long axle with a stopper on the end to be 3-long and put a ball joint on it, because it needs to be 3-long in order for it to connect to Drago properly. Anyway, what you're gonna take this piece like so. You're gonna take these and then do that, just like that. So you got that look. Yep. And then you take this, the Bograk Eye crotch piece, with this pinhole, and then you just put this pin into this pinhole right here, and you put this pin into this pinhole. that's sort of just, yeah, there's that. And then you take these two pieces, put them together like this, and then line them up and attach them to the axle right here. So it looks something like that. Alright, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take these two pieces. Do I really need to show you how to put these together? I hope I don't have to, because this is not very hard to put together. And then just sort of connect them like so. It looks like this. And then take this piece, put it into that axle hole, and then put the rest of the axle into this axle hole, and you should, keyword is should, end up with this. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take this piece, this is the holster for a sword, and you connect it like this. There you go. And then you take this piece, this is just the small CCBS bone, sort of as a center. It's the center piece connecting his upper body to his lower body. And then you take these little piston things, connect the small ball joints into the small ball sockets, and then boom. Lower torso done. Alright, let's move on to the upper torso. Alright, these are the pieces you're going to need for the head and upper body. So let's get right into it. Alright, so this is the head. It's just a dark trans-blue brain attack head with a trans-blue claw on the back of it, swooped upward with a Surge 1.0/4.0 helmet, and just put it on top, and then there you go. There's his head, and then now you take this piece right here, which is just one of these Technic pieces that I had on the lower legs, connected by an axle into this, and then you take this piece. Ignore the red. I just don't have any others in any other shade. And they're not really noticeable anyways on the final product, so you know. So whatever. You just attach them like that, and then you have this look, and it's not that good, I guess. And you just attach these pieces with the ball joint, which are basically just the Hero Factory version of the Bionicle hands with a ball joint connected into it, with a little ball joint connected into it. And then you take these half bushings, put them outside of those. This actually gives the arms more mobility when you attach these two ball joints here and here. If they were just attached straight toward right next to these pieces, the arms would not have as much mobility as they do. Now then, on to the next thing. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take this 5 long axle. Yeah, you're gonna take this 5 long axle, and you're gonna take this piece, and you're going to do this, and leaving about a bushing length left, because that's just how it's gonna be. And then you connect it like so right here, and then take this piece. Well, no, you take this piece, this Bionicle hand, and you plug it in right here. So it looks something like that. And then you plug this piece here. If everything goes properly, should end up looking something like that. That little, yeah. And then you take this little disc piece and you put it right here, just like that. Hang on. Alrighty. Take this ball joint, plug it in here. Take this CCBS armor piece, plug it onto the ball joint. Take this piece, which is just a 1x2 cheese slope on some tiles, blue and trans blue tiles, and then like so. So you have something like this, and yeah. And then you take this, which is just the vent slopes, the vented cheese slopes, and some tiles on these gray 90-degree angle conversion pieces. I guess that's the best way to call it. That's the best way to describe them. You just put it right there where there was the gap, and then you take the head, connect it right there. There's the upper body. Then we might as well connect the lower body to it. So we take the lower body, we plug that in. What we do is, this is kind of difficult to do. You gotta connect these axle pieces at the same time as you put that into place. You may have to turn these until you get it into the right position. And then you just straighten them out, and you should end up with something similar to this. So that's his torso. Now then, let's move on to his weapons and tail. And backpack, because he needs his backpack. Alright, so these are all the pieces you're going to need for the tail, backpack, gun, and sword. Go ahead and pause and collect these items as you need them. Alright, now that you've gotten all these items, let's get right into it. So for the tail, do I really need to explain how this is built? Do I really need to show you how to build this? I shouldn't have to. But basically, I'll just explain it then. It's one of these pieces. Don't know what it's called, but it's one of those pieces. The focus. Yep, this piece, and then it's a female to female bone piece, and then a regular bone piece, and then a slightly shorter bone piece without a ball joint in the center, and then a navy blue. A dark blue, not navy blue, a dark blue metro leg, a hand piece, and then the G2 Tahu sword with a ice spike thing. So yeah, that's how you make the tail. Shouldn't have to go any further about that. But let's get on to it. But I can show you how to attach it to the backpack, because you need to attach it to the backpack before you put the backpack on. So it's just, the backpack is just a Paraka foot with a axle angle changer, I guess is the best way to call it. Is the best thing to call it, and yeah, it's just there like that. And you take then you take this piece, take the axle, and plug it into that. Take the axle hole and plug it into the axle right there, and then just sort of roll it down like so. You don't need all of this. In fact, the most you actually would need is like this. This is the length that needs for it to look like a normal tail. This is just extra because of how Drago fights. This tail is supposed to be long, so it's just. I guess it just, so yeah, he just sort of has the ability to extend it, which sounds kind of weird, but yeah, he can do it. Which, I don't care how weird you guys think it sounds, that's an ability he has. And then you can sort of just fold it up something like this, and it'll angle outward like that, and it'll look sort of like how the Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex my main inspiration for this newest version of Drago. How the tail on the Barbatos Rex looks. So something like that. Now then, for the sword, we take one of these 4 long axles, a axle connector. A 4 long axle with a half bushing, a whole bushing, and then a half 1x2 bushing. Well, a half 1x2 lift arm. And then what you do is you connect this piece like so right here, so it looks something like that. And you take this piece, which is a axle with pinhole in the middle, and a 90-degree axle turn, a 90-degree axle lift arm with a axle pinhole converter, holding them together, and then you just put it like that. Is it like that? Hang on. No. It's this way. Yeah, it's this way, like that. I think. No. Yeah, that looks more right, to be honest. So yeah, like that. You take this piece and you connect it like so, and there's his sword. And then you take this, which is just a 5 long Technic axle with one of these 90-degree axle pinhole converters with a 90-degree axle to axle hole to axle converter with a axle connector. And then you take this handpiece with the ball joint in it and this red axle. The red axle is used to holster the gun, and also you would take it off from here and put it here so you can attach it to Drago when he's using it. And then you take this 3 long axle lift arm with a red axle in it, and you connect these two together. And then you take these pieces, which are 2 Technic lift arm things with a 3 long axle inside of it, connecting all of it together with bushings in the center. And then you just sort of connect it like so. And then boom, there's his gun. His gun, his tail, and everything. Now that we have that done, let's put them all together. Alright, so now that we're putting them together, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take each of the legs, make sure that this system filler that I put right here has this swoop part on the outside of the leg. And then you connect it like so. Just like that. Do the same with the other leg, make sure that's on the outside, and then connect it here. And then you got this. He's standing up. I have him standing up now. Just gonna set, yeah, just have him standing up now. And then you take the arms, and then you plug them right into that ball joint right there. Alright then. So there he is with one arm. And we do the same with this arm. Connect it. And then it's like that. And then you take, and then for the backpack, you just sort of see this axle, this open black axle. I don't know how. Yeah, that right there. That open black axle. You take that axle hole right here, and you can see that. And then you just connect them together. And if done correctly, I'm gonna have to flip off. I'm gonna have to roll the rotate his tail to be on the outside more, so you can actually see him. But yeah, let's put him horizontally. There he is, all put together. And then to connect his weapons, you take one of these, your pick, I don't really care which one, and you just connect it into that pinhole piece right here. And then boom. His sword is holstered. And then his gun. This is going to be a lot easier to show on camera than holstering the sword, but what you do is you take that back one and you plug it in right there, like that. And then there he is. Right there. That is Drago completed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.